Hello, my loop friends, and welcome to Live Loopers. I'm Alex, and today on Live Loopers we are talking about Loopy Pro Modules, which is a really good thing to be talking about. What is a Loopy Pro Module? Well, let's back it up a second and talk about what is a Loopy Pro project. Loopy Pro project is anything you save in Loopy Pro. You open up Loopy Pro, you do some things, you either place some widgets, or you start recording some music, you do whatever you want to do in Loopy Pro, and when it's time to save it, and that creates a Loopy Pro project file. What is the difference between a Loopy Pro project file and a Loopy Pro template? Well, nothing really. It's just that they're intended to be used for different things. A Loopy Pro template is intended to be when you don't save any music inside of the loops, you just set it up the way that you like to work. You set all the settings the way you want in order to be able to make a song, and it's sort of like a blank song with nothing in it, and it's ready for you to make songs. And then you save it and it creates a Loopy Pro project file. You can press the little white star and designate that it's a template, but it's basically the same thing. It's a project file, but it's just a project file that is supposed to, since we're calling it a template, it is supposed to not have any music saved in it. A Loopy Pro project file, could either not have anything saved in it and be a template, or it could have a song saved in it that you worked on for months.
I think you made that pretty clear.
So now we have most of the building blocks that we need to understand what is a module. One more building block that we need is what is an audio unit. Audio unit is a thing that on an iPad you can bring into various music programs, and it works inside of any kind of a host. Loopy Pro is an awesome audio unit host, and so all of the different people who have created all kinds of cool synthesizers and whatever kind of music generator and different effects, if they have an audio unit version, Loopy Pro can host it. You can just bring it in and open it in Loopy Pro. And one of my favorite audio units to open inside of Loopy Pro is Loopy Pro, because Loopy Pro lets you open itself as an audio unit inside of Loopy Pro. So now we have the building blocks for what is a module. And a module is something that I decided to call it, borrowing a programming term from when I did lots of programming, for an idea that when you open a Loopy Pro audio unit and then you make some stuff inside of that audio unit and then you save that, it creates a Loopy Pro project file, a .lp proj. But in order to acknowledge that it's kind of a whole different idea, I call it a module rather than just another Loopy Pro project. Okay, so does any of that matter? Is any of that, able to help you? I think so. My guess is yes. What can you do with a Loopy Pro module? Well, we in the Loopy Pro community have already been sharing around our templates, and lots of different loopers use Loopy Pro in so many different ways and have so many different areas of specialization. And some people want to go off in this kind of niche guitar area that they specialize in, and so many people want to go off and do all kinds of effects, and other people want to do whatever it is that they want to do. And so they the beauty of Loopy Pro is that it lets you build the template for what it is that you're into. And the Loopy Pro community has a culture of like exchanging templates of like, hey, you want to look at my template and see if something in it helps you, and you know, people trade templates around. But it gets a little unwieldy because really people want to just have the template that they want to have for what kinds of things they want to do. But what if we started just trading little Loopy Pro modules around? Like, you know, some person is an expert on some kind of synth tweaking or whatever and makes some kind of perfect control interface for how you can get like really quick and easy and effective and powerful synth control, and then they put that inside of a little module, and then they just trade the module around, and then you can bring the module into your template. You don't have to change everything about what you do. You can still do what you do, but you can just use that one little piece of specialization that synth expert has.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
What other kinds of things could people do with it? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. The ideas are just beginning. We could be just starting. There could be so many ideas. I mean, I've done a few of my ideas, but who knows what other ideas other people could have that could be of a huge benefit. So, what are the limitations? Can you do anything at all that you can do inside a Loopy Pro? Could you just put it in a module? No. No.
You say no? He said no.
One major limitation is that an audio unit on the iPad, this is an iPad limitation, an audio unit cannot open up another audio unit inside of that audio unit. So you can't make modules that, for example, would like launch your favorite audio unit and help you play it or anything like that. I know, it makes me sad too, but that's just the limitation that we have. Another major limitation is that it is hard to figure out how to exchange a module. I had been working on Loopy Pro for like 2 years and knew quite a bit about Loopy Pro, but I was unable to figure out how to get the module working, if not for the fact that our patron Scott showed me step by step how to load my own module that I made. Because I knew how to have it working on my own iPad, but I didn't know how to tell him how to get it working on his iPad. He figured it out and then showed me what he did. As of today, when I just checked it recently to make sure and to refresh myself on the procedure, this is what I had to do. I had to navigate in my browser on my iPad over to liveloopers.com, and then go into the goodies tab, and then go into the section where the modules are. And I had to download the modules that I was interested in. Those modules now, in my latest version of iOS, download into a place that is actually called Downloads. So it's the same as on my computer now, on my iPad. I think in the past, the previous versions of iOS used to download something that had a .lp proj directly into the Loopy Pro folder. Not sure. But anyway, today I find it in the downloads. So I am opening my file folder, my file browser thing, and I'm tapping on downloads where I find that module with the LP proj extension, and you are going to have to move those files twice, not once but twice. I had to select those files, and in my file browser I had to move or copy or whatever it lets you do, move them into my Loopy Pro folder, which I got to by tapping on my iPad, and then inside of that there's my Loopy Pro folder. place them in there. Then I exit out of my file browser, enter into Loopy Pro itself, and then inside of Loopy Pro, I tap the file folder in the corner to open up the projects. And in the projects there, you scroll down until you find those module names, and then you long press or press on those until you get an option to move them, and then you confirm that you want to move them, and then you move them into the audio units extension folder. And if you are having difficulty finding the audio units extension folder, I found mine at or near the very bottom of everything. So if you have a whole lot of files like I do, scroll to the bottom, and then you will find the audio units extension folder. You tap that, it will move it into there. Then there is one final step. You can close to get back to your big main Loopy Pro project, and then you can open up a Loopy Pro audio unit. In that Loopy Pro audio unit, you can tap on the folder to open projects, and it will show you projects that are inside of your audio units extension folder, which those modules should now be. And you just open one, and then that module should hopefully work. Okay, so far, I am the only person that I know of that has begun distributing modules. I have put several of them out there on liveloopers.com. Under the goodies tab, I have now divided it into templates and modules. I have released several modules. This is the drum module. It has some drum samples in it that you could just replace with some better drum samples, but the cool thing about it is the layout and the functionality of it. I have a whole video on it if you want to check that out. Also, as I was saying, my playtime module, there are various different flavors of it that I have developed. I very much would care to hear your feedback. What do you guys think about this idea about Loopy Pro modules? Have you ever tried to use any of the modules that I've released? Do you have anything that you do that you think would be perfect for putting together in a module? Please leave a like if you like this video, and feel free to share it with anybody you feel like it would help. Subscribe with the subscribe button if you feel like you should be subscribed to Live Loopers. And loop on!